Hi, I'm Ayushi, the founder of DGH. I love all things creative, I love working with people, and I have no idea why we are doing this. All right, let's get started. Bring on the questions. So, before DGH was a completely different time. I was in publishing, I was working with the leading publishers in India in the marketing department. But that was a time when digital marketing had just started. In fact, Instagram wasn't even there. So most of our work was organizing events, and we used to organize about 300 events in a year. That's unbelievable today. And we used to do a lot of PR and media outreach, posters, banners, hoardings. Those were all the channels that we had at that moment. That is what I was doing, and I wanted to move out. I wanted to get into the new field of digital marketing. It was just up and coming, and that's when DGH happened. Okay. I don't think there was any singular moment when I thought that I will build this or I need to build this. There was no intention as such or a goal as such in my mind that I wanted to reach or go towards. Everything happened very organically. I started working or doing these projects because I love the work. I love creating content. I love telling people the stories of different people and using all these channels that we have today. But at every stage, you get some inspiration to go to the next level. So at one stage, you would want to build a great team. At some stage, you would want to build a good process, and at some stage, you would want to build a bigger business. Which means that going for brands or collaborations that you once thought weren't even possible. I don't think there is a balance. Strategy gives direction to creativity. For example, today I know if I start dancing right now, this video may get 1,000 more views. But the strategy directs that is not the audience that I want to attract, or that is not the audience that will work for my business. So strategy gives direction to creativity. So it's stepwise. You have to have a clear strategy, and then creativity kind of flows within those boundaries that you've built. I think anything that you do in life can be hard if you think of it like that. I don't find any of the parts of running an agency hard because I love what I'm doing. But it's also a lot to do with your mindset. It wasn't always like this. There were days when every day was hard because you were still building, you were still learning. But today I can say no more hard parts. I think it's a lot to do with how you think. I have a very clear thought process. So, and when I have several moving parts, I can see all of them clearly. I can see where the gaps are, and I can see what needs my attention immediately. And that's why I'm able to manage all the things together. And in fact, that is something that somehow collectively we've built in our team as well. They're very calm, and because of that, every day that we are working, we're not working with urgency, or we're not working with stress. We are working with calmness, thoughtfulness, and thought. This is actually a very funny story. Uh, we kept the name Digital Growth Hackers in 2017, and at that time, growth hacking as a phrase was trending. Just like thought leadership is trending, change makers is trending, so growth hacking was trending. So we thought we are so clever, we'll just put a word digital in front of it, and SEO will start working like magic. So digital growth hackers happened, and that's that. I think what we have been able to build here goes beyond marketing, because the client we work with or the people we engage with, collaborate with, they see us as an extension of themselves. They confide in us, they discuss with us, they sometimes are frustrated and discuss those frustrations with us. So we're not just a marketing team, we are someone who is helping somebody build their own dreams or build their own aspirations. So I like to think that beyond just a digital marketing agency. We are confidants, we are partners, and we are people who make that change for you. I think this also happened very organically because of my own background. I've worked in publishing for 5 years, so naturally those connections were there, and I knew this industry inside out. I spent a lot of time, and that is why we continue to work with authors. We've built a lot of trust in this space, and we've also built a lot of expertise and experience in this space. So this is something that we enjoy working on and also keeps coming to us naturally. Personal branding becomes an extension of book marketing or author marketing, because all authors today need some kind of presence on social media so that their readers can recognize them, connect with their stories, get interested in their books. So that becomes an extension, and that is how all of these things are like the biggest part of what we do here at DGH. I think I see a lot of people only talking about the book, which means that they're putting out the cover, they'll put a few lines, which is all needed. But that cannot be the whole strategy. Like, imagine a friend recommending a book. Will they only show you the cover? No, they will tell you the story, and they'll tell you the parts they love. They'll talk about the characters they enjoyed reading about. That's what we need to do on social media as well. You need to build that story. You also need to show who the authors are, and that is how people will get interested in the story first or in the author first, and then they will be more willing to buy the book. So that is how I think a good campaign should be for book marketing. No, never. But every single day, I feel like becoming bigger, growing out of where we are, but not a single day that I've thought of quitting. There are always some days when you're not feeling your 100%. I think what has helped me so far is just talking to the team. We have a blast. We talk, we laugh, we make fun of each other, and that kind of brings up the spirit again. And that's what I do on bad days. I think more than people, DGH has taught a lot about my own self. Who am I? What kind of work I want to do? What does financial freedom mean for me? What does creativity mean for me? And how I want to be present in the world. Like, what difference am I making? That difference doesn't always have to be like big gestures. It could be small things like making somebody's day today, making somebody's life more comfortable today. So I think DGH as a journey has been very personal to me, and I've found a lot more about myself than other people. I have a very unpopular opinion for this question. Um, a lot of people are saying that leadership can be taught and you can learn to be a leader. Well, to some extent, all that is true. But I think some people have it inbuilt and some people just don't have it. And no matter how much you try, they don't get to that stage, and it becomes frustrating for them and frustrating for you. What I've learned is that as somebody who is leading a team, you should be able to recognize what each individual brings to the table, what their skills are, what their talents are, and work with them instead of trying to build everybody into a leader or everybody into one set of skills that you would like. So I think you have to truly understand who you're working with and work with that. I think I've made a lot of mistakes along the way, but one of the first mistakes that I made, which I remember, I'm sure others will have many more to say, but I wasn't able to delegate things properly. I would keep a lot of things to myself, although my team was ready and able and skilled and motivated to do the work, but I just didn't know how to give it to them or how to how to have a process in which all of us could work together. So I think that was a mistake, and it took me almost a year just to learn that. I think good marketing would make people take some kind of action. It could be buying a product, it could be commenting, it could be sending messages or directly to you. And some very interesting things that we've seen in the past is that it also helps connect people. Like, you've put up a story about somebody and someone else writes to you and says that I'm going through this and I didn't know how to express it, and this post does that for me, so thank you. I think that qualifies for me as good marketing. Next few years are actually going to be interesting for everybody in marketing. There's so much changing today with tech, with AI, and there's so many questions about, do you even need a marketing team anymore? So I think we are going to be in a lot of wait and watch kind of space. But what we are intentionally building is equipping ourselves to be more tech ready. We work with a lot of AI tools, so we are AI enabled. And we're also exploring some more avenues like tangents from marketing which we can go into. But that's something you'll have to wait and watch. I would say don't be scared. If this is for you, you will find the way. It's not rocket science.
One word to describe DGH.
Fire.
Your biggest founder fear.
Frozen bank accounts.
One marketing trend you love.
I love that we're bringing color back. Minimalism wasn't doing for us.
One marketing trend you secretly dislike.
Storytelling. Not everybody has a story to tell, so just like relax.
Coffee, chai, or panic.
Coffee. Who would choose panic?
Most used phrase in your team meeting.
We'll get back to you.
One thing every author should stop doing online.
Prioritizing website over social media.
One thing every brand should start doing today.
Talking to each other. Why don't you talk to each other on social media?
Strategy or creativity.
Both. Like I said, strategy gives direction to creativity.
Reels or long-term content.
Reels.
Your biggest, what did I sign up for? Founder movement.
Emotional crisis management in office.
One client message that makes your day.
Approved.
What is harder, managing clients or managing your own thoughts?
Nothing is hard. I'm clear.
If DGH were a person, what would its personality be?
I think it would be a really cool biker chick who's going on mountain rides and eating food out of a cup. But you can see clearly it's not that.
Your founder motto in one line.
What is meant for me will come to me.
Thanks for the rapid fire.
Well, this was a lot of fun to do. Now I know why people enjoy doing podcasts. But if there's anything I would like you to take away from this video today would be that life is as hard as you make it, and there are people around you who can help you have a smoother day, smoother week, smoother year. So get in touch, let's talk, and I'm sure we'll sort it out.